yesterday I went to a really nice dinner and I had dessert and I had a slice of pizza, a little bitty one, but it was a pizza nonetheless. And I still woke up 5 pounds lighter. Like, balance is possible. It's out there for me and I can find it for more than a day. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Chef Dopeness, Miss Dopeness. I think, well, a lot has happened since my last video. I don't even know where to start. But the point of this video, we'll try to keep it short. It's not gonna be short, that's a lie. I want this to be an intro to the next few videos. So I need to hold myself accountable. So okay, so basically, I am very uneasy. So today is the 3rd, I believe, of November. Something like that, 2nd or 3rd. So it's the beginning of November, and I had planned in August that I was gonna be doing a show, doing 2 shows actually, a couple shows. After my last show, in June 23rd, which I was not happy to say that it was. I didn't end my first season with the best package that I could have. By the end of it, I had been in prep for over a year and a half. And once that show came around, I was literally just hanging on for dear life. Mentally, I was not in it. My body was not working with me. And I looked amazing, but it wasn't a winning package. I walked away with 3rd place, and I had gotten best posing. So after that, I couldn't decide. I was either gonna take the rest of the year off or a full year off, so I could, I wanted to focus on my business. I wanted to give my body time to heal, because my body went through a lot, but emotionally, physically, I had lost my period for 10 months. Yeah, I was going through it. So I was like, let me just get myself back, my body, my spirits, everything back on track, find my balance. And then once I got off prep, I went off the deep end. I wanted to have a good reverse diet so that I could maintain a fairly lean, enjoy my summer, still feel nice and good, and look nice and good. But I went off the deep end. I had no control. If you know from previous videos and my posts on Instagram, I've struggled with binge eating for years, and so I went right back to my old habits. You naturally typically put on about 10 pounds post show, within the first few days, and then my coach has us stay within about a 15-20 range. My stage weight is 120. I was up to, so I was about 40 pounds. I went up to 160. I think my biggest was 165. But know that it's not 160. It's not 45 pounds. It's not 45 pounds of fat. Post show, your body is very, very sensitive. We've found that mine is extremely sensitive. So while, you know, somebody I competed with might be come up like 10 pounds, I will come up 20, 25. So whatever. So I was walking around feeling real fluffy all summer. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable because my clothes, for one, didn't fit. Like, I was a small, but I was not actually a small. So I was trying to fit into my small clothes. Nothing fit right. So that just made me even more self-conscious, you know, just tugging at everything. And it's hot as hell. I don't want to be covered up, but I had to be covered up. Didn't have to, but I felt like I needed to be. Had to, should. Those words are very dangerous. I went to Vegas in August for one of my teammates' shows. And it's Vegas, man. It's hot as hell. Like, you want to be living your best life. I was trying to have fun with the girls and my coach. We went out there as a team. But I was like so self-conscious because everybody was fit as hell, like in prep, and I was super not. The fluffiest I had been in a very long time. And then, like, it was Vegas, so I wasn't eating extra crazy. But for my body and for, like, my typical lifestyle, it was. So I think I had Jack in the Box twice while I was there. And I don't eat fast food, like, ever. So I keep saying I want to make it short. I can't do short. So get over it, guys. This is about to be a novela. So when I was there, it was for junior nationals, and it was you know, so like motivating. Like, these girls went super hard. They looked incredible. A national stage is just a whole nother level of lean, especially NPC. And it was just like, damn, man, like, I got the bug immediately. Like, I want to be up there. I want to go hard. I want to get that. I want my pro card. You know, I was talking to my coach, and he was like, I mean, you know, if you want it, I got you. Like, you just tell me what you want to do. And I was like, all right, like, put me in, coach. Like, I want to get back at it. I mean, I've always known this. I work better with structure. Almost like I rely on it too much, because without it, I just lose my mind. And so I had been considering going back on prep, but I wanted to go back in prep to help me just have that structure and know, like, okay, I'm supposed to eat this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And then I could, you know, get my weight back down and under control, and I could get back on stage. So by the time I came back home, I was actually gonna be leaving the following week to Colombia. All or nothing mentality. I was like, all right, like, let's start now. I'll be in Colombia. I'll do what I have to do, especially because I was looking at a show that was about 8 weeks out from that point. And a week in Colombia, like, I know the damage I can do overnight. Give me 5 days, like, oh nah. So that I couldn't I couldn't afford having a whole week put me back even more when I had about 45 pounds to drop in about 8 weeks. Knowing that, I decided to start prep before leaving. It was like a flexible prep-ish, so that first week when I was there, I actually took all my meals for the whole 5 days I was there, except for 1 meal a day. So I'd had, like, dinner with the girls. And it was almost always chicken and veggies. Once I had ceviche. But so it was nice. Like, I still did really good, and I did come back home about 5 pounds lighter than when I left. So that was August. Came back, it was October, or a couple days until October. And the plan was I was gonna do the Jordan Cup. It's the national show for OCB, so all natural show. And that would actually have been a year from my very first show. So all I could think about was how amazing would that be for me to make everybody knowing I was gonna take about a year or take the year off, but I come back and do the show from a year from my show. And they actually wanted me to be a food vendor for them with my business, Meals of Dopeness. So I just started thinking of, like, that would mean so much. I would, like, stump myself or like I would do better than my last self. And because social media, because this platform that I'm so blessed to have, I just thought, like, how dope would that look, for people to see this story, that it unfolded this way, this journey. And I wanted that. I wanted to be able to show that year later, I've evolved like tenfold, and I wanted to walk out with my all natural pro card. Oh, that was 6 weeks. I wanted to make the impossible possible. If anybody can do it, it would have been me. It wasn't me. The show passed. I was not in it. I had to be real with myself. Like I kept slipping. I kept messing up. I gave in a couple times, like, to my binge eating, because my anxiety, like, has been getting kind of bad with I've been stressing a lot, like family stuff and then business stuff, and then I had to move very last minute. The move really changed everything for me in terms of my business and like cooking and training with my clients and training for myself. And I was supposed to still be in prep. I could have done it. Sure, I know that. I know I'm very much capable of, like, the craziest things at this point. I've been on vacation twice at this point in prep. And my first time was going into my second bodybuilding show. I was 2 weeks from my second show. I think I just said that twice. 2 weeks from my second show, and I was on vacation in the Caribbean. I came home, I had my peak week, and then I had my show and I took second place. So I've done some pretty incredible things on some very, 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 very harsh conditions, you can say. But I was being, I don't even know, I don't want to say I was being mentally weak, because that's not, I say it because it's holding me accountable, because I'm responsible for my actions. But I had a lot of shit going on, like, but I hate to say that because it's like an excuse. But it was, I kept giving in to my stress and to my anxieties. And when it would start as like, I'm just gonna snack, take a couple bites, and I know it's not in my meal plan. And then that would stress me out, because literally the way my body is, I can be eating something and it's like I feel my body expanding as I'm eating. Like, I can look down 5 minutes later and my feet and my ankles look like I'm pregnant. So seeing that, of course, instead of like making me want to stop, would just be like, go ahead, Christina, like, you failed, you suck. And I would give in, and I would, like, that's when it would start my, I don't know why this is making me emotional. And it would start my binge eating. So that I would just keep going, because at that point I already felt extremely ashamed and guilty. And then it's just like you're a bottomless pit, and you're like trying to fill some type of void. But so that happened a couple times. It derailed me a lot. And I told my coach, I was like, look, I'm not ready. I'm not gonna be ready. He's like, yeah, I was about to have the same conversation with you. So then we decided, all right, let's push it back. We'll do November. And they had a really important conversation with me, and it really got my mind on track, at least for a week. And after that conversation, I actually hit a low. I went from like 156 down to 143, and it was my new low since coming off prep in June 23rd. And so I was really, really happy. He's like, all right, man, I see you. So this was just like last week, guys, that I hit that low. And I was feeling really good. You know, my clothes was fitting good again. I still was kind of thick in all the right places, so it was nice. But then, so we're thinking I'll do the next 2 shows, which was December 1st, which would be a show in Richmond. And then I was going to do the Queen City Showdown, which would be a year from my second show, the one that I went and I got second place at after vacation. And I really just wanted to finish this year strong and like make myself really proud, especially because I really felt like I let myself down for October the 27th, which would have been a year, my anniversary. So I was like, all right, this is my next shot. I can't let myself down. Mind you, in all of this, business is blowing the hell up. I'm gonna tell you, blowing the hell up. I went from cooking 120 meals a night or a week, maybe 150 meals a week, to over 400 meals a week. Business is booming. It's amazing. I could not be more grateful, more thankful, more blessed, more like in awe. But what comes with that is a lot of work. A lot of work, a lot of stress. You know, I don't want to sound like ungrateful. Cristina, get it together.